I can officially fit back into my skinny jeans, so I'm celebrating by making brownies. Hey guys, what's up? This is Becky with Thankful Roots at Farms, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to be making some cast iron brownies. Okay, so the ingredients that you're going to need is a 12-inch cast iron skillet, a pretty decent size mixing bowl, and a whisk. You are going to need 3 eggs. You'll need a ½ cup of cocoa, 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and you're going to need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So it's really actually pretty simple. It comes out perfectly gooey, crunchy. I'm somebody who wants my brownies to be all corners. I need every bite to have a quarter in it. And so that's one really good thing about the cast iron skillet. It just gives it that like perfect kissed crispiness. And oh, so good. Okay, so the very first thing that we're going to do to make cast iron skillet brownies is we need to preheat our oven. So what we're going to do is we're going to set it onto 350, and then we're actually going to take our 12-inch cast iron skillet and put it in the oven and let it preheat with the oven. While that's preheating, we're going to go ahead and take a stick of butter. You'll need 1 cup of melted butter. I just stick mine in the microwave. About 40 seconds. So while the butter's melting, real quickly, we're going to mix together our dry ingredients. We're going to pour in our ½ cup of cocoa, our 2 cups of sugar, and our ½ teaspoon of salt. I spilled my salt, so that means I got to throw it over my left shoulder. A little superstitious that way. Okay, so we're going to mix these together really good. And there's our butter ready. Yep, so it's all melted. So what we are going to do is just pour it into the mix. Get every drop of delicious butter. I love me some butter. Okay, so now you're going to whisk it together again. I didn't know until recently that it's actually pretty important that when you're making and baking in a cast iron skillet, it's really, you don't want to have a lot of bubbles in it. Getting a lot of bubbles in the mixture is just not ideal, so whisking ingredients together is great. I know it's kind of a pain in the butt to whisk something like this together, so just keep mashing it down, and then whatever's in the whisk, just shake it back out. I promise it'll be so worth it. So now we're going to slowly add in our 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour. Can you guys hear the roosters crowing outside? Today, yesterday, we have had such beautiful weather. Unfortunately, it has rained off and on, but this has been the first time in, Lordy, it feels like forever. We've got to be outside and enjoy the weather. And so my roosters are out in the yard for the first time in a long time. And I swear, I didn't even realize like what a void our house had been in without the roosters around until I like went to let them out. And they all just like flocked around my feet and were so happy to see me and were so happy to see ground and not snow. It was seriously pretty special. I guess if you don't have chickens, you probably wouldn't get it. But I'm telling you, me and my chickens, we're tight. I love my girls and my 2 boys. Alright, so the whisk is kind of getting on my nerves. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So I grabbed a fork and I'm going to switch it out and get my mixture with the flour in good, and then I'll whisk it back together. Ain't got time for that. Ain't got time to shake all that out of my whisk every 5 seconds. I'm ready to eat my brownies right now. Yes, this is so much easier. Since I re-seasoned my cast iron skillet and got it seriously so beautiful and shiny, nothing better than just like looking at and feeling the fresh coating on a cast iron skillet. So since I got that done yesterday, I thought it would be a really good day to make brownies. When is it not a good day to make brownies? I mean, really. Make sure you're scraping the bottom really good. So hopefully you guys can see, it's just like a nice crumbly mixture right now. It's not looking like a batter, it's just crumbs. Delicious cocoa chocolatey crumbs. So we are going to add in our 3 eggs and our 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I mentioned to you guys before that I crack my eggs into a bowl. Oops. And then I put them into my mixture because never know what might happen when you crack a fresh egg. You never know what kind you're going to get. And as always, I save my eggshells. We crush them up. We put them back in our chicken food. We save them for our garden. Tomatoes love eggshells. So do chickens. It's always just a really good boost of calcium. Our eggs are so nice and pretty golden. Because the light, I know you guys can't see that. But the more golden the egg, the more healthy the hen. And so that's always a really good indicator of how healthy your chickens are. And then next add in your 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So now we're going to go back to whisking. I think it's just a preference thing. I'm a wooden spoon kind of girl. Like that is my preferred stirring utensil. And then my second favorite would maybe be like a plastic spatula where my husband wants to whisk everything together all the time. And I'm just not a whisk girl. But it really is important to not get many bubbles in your mixture when you're cooking in a cast iron so that everything will cook through, no goopy spots, and it'll just come out so much more perfect. Now it is looking like a brownie mix. Going to get some oven mitts to set my cast iron on. So because it's going to be hot when I take it out, we're going to pour it in and stick it right back in. Make sure you get all of it out. That's why I switched to my plastic spatula just for scooping out. Ooh, it looks so good. I love my Betty Crocker mix. Like, I really do. But there's just something about from scratch homemade brownies. Oh, it always hits you in your soul. So good. Okay, so my dough is not very runny. Yours shouldn't be either. You don't want a lot of the liquid, you know, when making a cast iron, because then it can cook really fast. Get too hot, too burnt. So you want to make sure that all edges are nice and smoothed down. And then, like I said, we're going to stick it right back in the oven. And we're going to bake it for 30 minutes. So I withheld some information from you guys because I was afraid that if I told you the worst part, if I told you the bad news first, you'd bail, you'd be out of here. But the bad news is it's going to bake for a half an hour, and then after that you're going to take it out and it has to bake for another hour too.
Yeah, here it is.
Hi boys! We're going outside to play in the mud and what's very, very left of the snow. We had this huge, like up to here on me, pile of snow, and it's now down to like maybe a foot tall, and the boys are trying to get every little bit of snow left, you know, use it all up as they can. So that's going to bake for a half an hour, and I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. All right. It smells delicious in here, and it is time to take out our brownies. Oh my gosh. So the reason that they have to sit for an hour is because it's going to continue to keep baking inside there. So just let it sit, let it cool, and in 1 hour, I'll see you again. Okay guys, here's the brownies that I just took out of the oven. And I really wanted to show you how important it is that even if you think it does not look done, that you need to take it out and let it continue to bake outside the oven so that way it will get done in the middle, because otherwise it's just going to burn and it's going to get really brown and really gross. So if you touch it, oh, I want you to see that it's still really soft, and that's because it's not baked all the way through, and that's why you have to let it sit for an hour in the cast iron and let it continue to cook. Do not let it continue to cook in the oven or it's just going to get burnt. See you guys in an hour. Oh my goodness, look at that finished product. It is beautiful. I touched it earlier and it like almost caved in, so now I touch it and you can see that it is actually a brownie. So this is so important. Are you guys listening to me? The very first instinct I feel like you have is grab your metal spatula and start cutting in. Do not do that. You are using a cast iron skillet. It will ruin your seasoning. Make sure you have your plastic spatula in order to start cutting you some slices. As you guys can see, it is still gooey inside. So it's been over an hour since I took it out of the oven, but it is still like warm, ooey gooey. Look how delicious and warm and gooey that looks. It just needs like a big scoop of ice cream and some hot chocolate, and we'd be set for a sundae. Alright guys, that's all that I have for you tonight. I hope you enjoy your brownies. I won't tell anybody if you eat the whole skillet in one setting. It can be our little secret. That's how good they are. You could seriously do some damage with these brownies. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching the video. As always, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. And visit our website at www.thankfulrootsdalrymplefarms. There on the blog is where you're going to find my full recipe and how-to instructions on how I made these cast iron brownies. So I hope you guys enjoy your night, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.